Restaurants are pushing back on the suggestion that they must check patrons' vaccination status. This as children are edging closer to being eligible for the COVID vaccine. Amanda Vinicky joins us now with the latest. Amanda.
Yeah, Brandis, the latest Illinois Department of Public Health data shows that nearly 64% of Illinois' eligible population has been vaccinated. Now in Chicago, 66% over the age of 12 have completed a full vaccine series. The coalition of restaurants say that number should be higher, up to 90% by the end of October. Chicago announced Friday that the city has vaccinated some 10,000 people in their homes through its ambassador program, and then folks there can qualify for a gift card. But the head of the Fulton Market Association, well, he commends the city for that, but he says there should be greater focus, in particular on wards where vaccination rates are really low, and then also special cash prizes for residents of those areas. He says that the responsibility for getting more people that is vaccinated rests with the mayor and members of the city council.
Instead, we're seeing government spend a lot of time not focused on the vaccine. They renamed Lakeshore Drive and spent hours and hours on that, as opposed to focusing on vaccinations. Again, Chicago's vaccination rate is 57%. In every school that I attended, elementary, high school, and college, thankfully that I had that opportunity, that's a failing grade. So the failure is not of the restaurants to get people vaccinated. The government officials need to step up.
He says that city leaders shouldn't expect select businesses to be responsible for their failures and faults. Now, earlier this month, 8 members of the city council sent a letter to Chicago's health department asking that the city require proof of vaccination status at movie theaters, gyms, and restaurants. These members of the city council cite the Delta variant, also the cold weather coming that is going to keep people from dining and hanging out outside and bring them indoors. Owner of Old Town's Twin Anchors restaurant, which is known for their ribs, says that she's vaccinated and encourages her staff to be, but she says she doesn't have enough staff as is, let alone people who can take on the job of checking folks' vaccination cards, nor, she says, should hosts who are typically younger have to deal with potential battles from patrons, from customers who are upset that they might have to show a vaccine card.
How they expect that we're going to then have somebody who's going to be at the door checking for vaccination cards is beyond my comprehension. Unless the city wants to provide somebody to stand there and do that, we're a family restaurant. We're not a nightclub, we're not a bar. And even then, those places still don't have enough staff. So it's mind-boggling how the aldermen came up with this idea.
Now, again, Chicago does not currently require establishments to check for proof of vaccination status, but some establishments certainly do. Now, right now, only those 12 years of age or older can actually get the vaccine, but Pfizer and BioNTech announced that their data shows a smaller dose does work to ward off serious cases of the coronavirus in those ages 5 to 11, and they're going to be moving forward to seek FDA emergency use authorization. Head of the American Academy of Pediatrics, Dr. Lee Beers, says while children don't seem to be at as high risk for severe cases of infection as adults, the prospects of vaccination for kids is exciting.
Lower risk does not mean no risk. And we are seeing, particularly with the Delta variant, we are seeing lots of children get quite ill and even hospitalized. We also know that the vaccine, which is that's authorized, is safe and effective, and it's a really important tool to helping keep our children safe and healthy.
The doctor says that she's the mom of teens who got the COVID vaccine as soon as they were eligible. She says if she had children who were younger, she also would want them to get the shot as soon as there's FDA clearance.
Until our youngest children have access to a safe and effective vaccine that's authorized for their age, it is really important to remember that one of the best ways we can protect them is for everyone around them who is old enough to be vaccinated against COVID-19. And what that does is it helps decrease the spread of COVID in our communities generally, which helps keep our littlest ones safe.
And the vaccine is mandatory for certain groups of employees under an executive order issued by Governor J.B. Pritzker. Teachers, employees of universities, as well as those who work at hospitals and other healthcare facilities, had to receive at least their first dose of the COVID vaccine by yesterday. If not, they do have to, per that executive order, undergo mandatory regular testing. Brandis, back to you.
Amanda, thank you. A lot of parents waiting on word for their younger kids. Appreciate it.